Hello, yogis. Megan here with Yoga with Megan, and we're just going to jump right in. Come into child's pose. So drop onto your knees, bring your big toes to touch, drop your forehead to the earth, and bring your arms overhead. And immediately become aware of your breath. Today's practice is being brought to you from Faywood, New Mexico, in the middle of nowhere. That's where we are. And it is magical. Go ahead and rock your forehead side to side. So it's magical because at night you can literally see the Milky Way. Like, wow. Come up onto all fours and take 3 cat-cow pose at your own pace. There's even a little quarter-mile, half-mile hike up to a top of a ridge where they have a star chair that lays flat and spins around. So you get to see every star from every angle. It's pretty powerful. So today's practice is going to be about connecting us to the universe at large. The end of your third cat-cow, tuck your toes, lift your tailbone, downward facing dog. And pedaling out your legs. The hope of this practice, right, is to remind us how expansive we are, how just like the universe, our energy can go on forever. And then find stillness, but come into an active ujjayi breath. So this just means you're going to zip up your lips and breathe in and out through your nose with kind of a forceful exhale to create some kind of Darth Vader breathing, which is appropriate because we are connecting to the stars. Inhale, left leg up for 3-legged dog. Keep pressing into your hands here. See if you can pull your leg just about 2 inches higher. Still want to keep your hips square. And then release it back down. Inhale your right leg up. And then same thing, keeping your tailbone lifting for the sky. Also lift your leg a little bit higher. So it's easier to press through your hands to lift your tailbone. And back down. Left leg up. Step through, open to warrior 1. So you're opening that back right foot. Your toes are at about 3 o'clock if the 12 o'clock was at the top of your mat. Staying here for a breath. Open to warrior 2. So you're just shifting your right toes to, maybe that's actually 3 o'clock. I don't know. Just open your toes. Settle in here. Powerful arms. Reverse your warrior. So your left arm is going to extend overhead. Right arm can reach down the leg or wrap around the back, your choice. And then opposite now, you'll take extended side angle. So your left elbow can drop onto your thigh or grab the ground if you're already in it to win it. One more breath here. High push-up, low push-up, up dog or cobra, downward facing dog. Yeah, so Faywood, New Mexico, out in the middle of nowhere, there are a bunch of hot springs. Pick your right leg up, step through warrior 1, and they're like built into the ground. So they're not very fancy. Warrior 2. But it's pretty magical, and the hotter ponds are higher up, and then they trickle down into lower ponds, which become cooler. And cooler is like a loose term. Reverse your warrior. So the hottest pond is like 115 degrees. I got in for, I think, like maybe 2 or 3 seconds and decided that was not for me. And then extended side angle. But the middle pond is like at 109, 111, and that was pretty cool. And the ponds are open 24 hours, so literally we got to get in at like midnight. It was awesome. High push-up, low push-up, upward facing dog, downward facing dog. Let me tell you, there is nothing that will connect you more to the universe than literally sitting in a hole in the ground and looking like you could grab a star. Like, boom, that's where it's at. So let's try that connection in your body right here and right now. Left leg up. Warrior 1. Warrior 2. Reverse warrior. Extended side angle, high push-up, low push-up, upward facing dog, downward facing dog. If you are new to the practice and just calling out the poses like this is stressing you out, I just want to invite you to not worry about being perfect. Nobody gives a shit what you're doing on your mat. Nobody. Just figure it out. Try it on. Move. Right leg up. Warrior 1. Warrior 2. Reverse warrior. Extended side angle. High push-up. Low push-up. Upward facing dog. Downward facing dog. I think that's part of our work as humans, is recognizing that we are all living in our own little tiny universe, and that we're not paying attention to the universes around us because we're all so worried about our own universe. It's kind of freeing. We're going to run through that sequence one more time. Left leg up. Warrior 1. Warrior 2. Reverse warrior. Extended side angle, high push-up, low push-up, upward facing, downward facing, immediately right leg up, stepping through warrior 1, inhale your heart up, and then exhale, opening warrior 2. Inhale, coming up and over reverse warrior, exhale, extended side angle. Inhale here to get a little more length, and then exhale, high and low push-up. Inhale, upward facing. Exhale, downward facing. Big inhale and sigh it out. Yes. We're going to build on that just a little bit. So inhale your left leg up. Come to warrior 1. Open to warrior 2. Straighten your front leg and take reverse triangle. So it's what you did earlier, however, now both legs are straight. I want you to root down through the big toe of your left foot and then pull your left middle finger as far away from your body as you can, but keep anchoring your shoulder down and in. Come back to warrior 2. If you have a block handy or a book, something, set up for triangle pose. So I want you to straighten both legs, hinge your chest forward so it's like you're pulling your rib cage away from your hips, and then tilt down. And as much as possible, you want to stack one shoulder on top of the other, and then pull again the rib cage away from the hips. I say this almost every time we do this pose, but I really believe like 99% of the population needs a block. The stars don't care if you touch the ground. Another breath here. Now coming up to star pose, which is kind of exactly what it sounds like, right? Both toes are going to face the corner edges of your mat. And just take your arms just above a T. And now you are a 5-pointed star. So it seems like a really simple pose, but I want you to make sure that your weight is balanced between both feet. Small tuck of the tailbone, creating Uddiyana Bandha. Shoulders over hips. Shoulders squeezing down and in, but arms reaching out. And then the crown of your head, as much as possible, extending away from the neck. There's length and activity and vitality in the spine. Now from here, I want you to just come to a goddess squat. So you're just going to drop the hips as low as you can. It might be a little bit wide here in your stance. You can narrow your feet if you'd like. This is just a good opening to connect you to the universe at large. I cannot tell you. Like, it looks like I could just grab Venus. Like, Venus, I see you, planets. Come into my pocket. One more breath. Cartwheel your arms. High push-up. Low push-up. Upward facing dog. Downward facing dog. Beautiful. Right leg up. Warrior 1. Warrior 2. Straightening your front leg for reverse triangle. So taking the cues from the other side and adding them here, I also want you to become aware of the left side of the ribs. So you're not like crunching them down to get expansion on the right side. The whole point here is to lift the rib cage up and away and then just tilt. One more breath. Now coming back to your warrior 2 to set up for triangle, Trikonasana. It's just a quick opportunity. Grab your block, do what you need to do. Straighten the front leg, hinge and tilt. Yeah, triangle pose is kind of like a bent star pose. I don't know. Staying active in your Ujjayi breath here. Coming back to warrior 2 and then setting up star pose. So both toes are going to face the outer corners of the mat. Take a moment here. It's almost like Samastitihi, right? So when we stand at attention at the front of our mat and we are like present and ready, I feel like this is the same thing, but it's for the universe at large, right? Like, I am here. I am a star. And then goddess pose. Sink your hips down. Right? All of this research that says we are made of stardust. How amazing is that? One more breath. Cartwheel your arms. High push-up. Low push-up. Upward facing dog. Downward facing dog. Yeah, big inhale, side out. When we only have a 20-minute practice, we got to get a lot done in a little bit of time. Inhale, left leg up. Exhale, warrior 1. Now, you're just going to rotate onto the ball of your back foot, so you're actually coming into a crescent lunge with your left leg forward. Now go with me here. I just want you to hinge forward and take airplane pose. So all of the weight is coming into your front foot. You're just going to lift your back foot, your right leg up. And do any variation with your arms that you desire. Breathe here. And then just come up to standing, landing both feet underneath you. So we're going to take a variation here. So lift your right knee up. You can extend your leg or not, that's up to you. And then open your right knee to the right side. Same thing if your leg is extended, awesome sauce. And then I want you to hinge forward at your hips. So your left leg is rooted into the ground, tailbone and crown of the head reaching opposite directions. And your right knee or right foot is pressing into the right side of your plane. One more breath. You've got this. It's a difficult pose. Lift the torso up. Both feet come back to the ground. Inhale, rise up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, high push-up. Low push-up. Upward facing dog. Downward facing dog. Inhale, right leg up. Exhale, step through warrior one. Pivoting onto your toes for crescent lunge. And then flying into your airplane. Same thing as before. Try to take the same arm variation you did on the other side. Or maybe you learned that didn't work for you and you take a whole new one. Like your choice. And then landing. And now, left knee up. You can straighten the leg or not. Open to the left side. Hinge forward. You've got this. One more breath. Open, balanced. Lift your torso up. Bring your foot back down. Inhale, rise up. Exhale, forward fold. Halfway lift. High push-up. Low push-up. Upward facing dog. Downward facing dog. Drop onto your knees. And take one big, awesome cat-cow here. I feel like another yoga teacher might say juicy, and that grosses me out. But you know what I mean when I say juicy, right? Like, get into it. Like when you juice an orange and you squeeze out everything that's left. And then swing your legs around, come onto your back. One happy baby here. Grabbing the outside blade of your foot or your thigh, whatever's most comfortable. Big inhale and then exhale, pressing skull, spine, and sacrum to the ground. And extend out for Savasana. And as much as possible, I just want you to float the eyes closed and envision yourself in the cosmos. Stars swirling all around you. You shining brightly like a star. And when it's time, I'll bring you back to the planet and we'll end our practice. Coming back into your body. That was a quick Savasana. So if you need a longer rest, you just stay there and you can mentally acknowledge our connection as we close out practice. Everybody else, roll to a fetal position on your left side. Big inhale. Sigh it out. Work your way up to a seated position. Inhale your arms up overhead, kind of coming to like a Y or like your tree arms. One last expansive reach into the universe. And bringing your hands to heart center. The stardust in me acknowledges the stardust in each of you. And together we say, Namaste. Thanks, y'all. I hope you take some time tonight to head outside and enjoy the stars.